save time, all the decks were pre-shuffled. I almost regret doing so because you can't make this up. Angel deck. We got the Four of Wands. Divine deck. Six of Swords upright. Rider-Waite. Four of Wands. Masculine deck. Queen of Cups. Feminine deck. Queen of Cups. I'm sorry, Swords. The blessing is a blessing for unity where there once was division. The number 37, 10, which can be seen here. And then we have the law of attraction. I can turn, what does this say? A downward spiral upward. And the back says, from your non-physical. Ay, 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 people. So, this is a contract, a general contract. Imagine that the original one unit individual being was either some giant angel that could break down into little pieces, or was 144,000 angels that would come together in some giant transformer body. And one day they said, hey, listen, it's your time. There's a reason where you were created. Here's your mission. So not speaking to some feminines, some masculines, and not even speaking to feminines or masculines, but speaking directly to the unified oneness that the twin flame essence emanates from. The twin flame corporate headquarters memo. Okay? That's where this stems from. And this energy. So, let's get started. Father God, who is the unified flame? The unified flame is the Six of Pentacles. It is logic and love combined in a balanced way, in a perfect way. What is the primary role of the divine masculine? What is the primary role of the divine masculine? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. The masculine is here as in the primary to help bring an air of romance to life. To bring a love and a passion like new love to every aspect of life. What is the divine feminine's primary role? What is the Divine Feminine's primary role? One card, please. What is the Divine Feminine's primary role? Let it come. Let it come. There we go. Oh, wow. So this I grabbed for, but I felt I wasn't supposed to do that, so I put it back. Three of Fire shows up as the energy anyways. The energy of the feminine is abundance. But who she is, her primary role, the Ace of Swords, sorry, the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords. Taking authority over relationships, intuition, emotion. But she does it in a logical way. She's here to balance the masculine as well. He's super powerful. So her energy is here to balance him out. The feminine handles challenging information. The masculine helps find balance. The feminine helps to grow once the balance is achieved. She helps to focus. She helps to hone. She fills in the gap where things that, things cannot be deemed romantic. Instead, there must be a logic to them. Love and logic in both partners. The masculine being most likely put into a vessel that is filled with more masculine, physicalities, testosterone, etc., etc. So again, he's balanced already because he's being put into a body with a vessel that, behaves in a certain way. The feminine was given the extra dose of masculine to help balance herself. Okay. Ultimately, together, again, we're done with this deck already. We have the Three of Fire. It's about abundance. Together, these twins were here to bring abundance to a land without it. Okay? They were here for the good of the collective whole in the long term. Okay? All right. Let's talk about the mission. Wow. To wake people up, to come in quickly and wake people up in a time where they least expect it. The reason why we're here, we are the divine wake-up call. We are the siren sound. It's who we are. It's what we're here to do. The British are coming. The British are coming. I'm American, so that's the thing I say. We're letting people know the energies are shifting and good times are ahead. We have a vantage point. We know what's coming because we stay connected to divine. And we let people know, don't be afraid to fight. You got this. wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Our opposition is the King of Cups. Sorry, the Knight of Cups. I believe this is energy and emotions that charm you at first, but ultimately are tricksters. Basically putting all your hope and faith in things that don't matter because they've charmed you, like a snake charmer gets your attention. Teaching people the true love, the true romance of life, not the falsehood. You guys, the masculines are the key. I have a strong feeling the masculines are the key. Something very similar happened in my personal contract, where we saw, and I have a feeling we're going to see it here, the masculines are going to surpass us in every way as feminines. Be ready. Be ready, people. And look at this. We do it by shining a light, using ancient wisdom. We shine a light and we show people what's real. Okay? What's real. So what is our objective? We're fighting these charmers, helping people wake up and not be charmed. But what's the objective? How do we know we've won? Look at that. Our objective is to help people find their dreams, help people find what makes them joyful, bring people to a place of happiness and contentment emotionally. It's hatred that is killing our entire realm. We're going to bring love. We're going to bring hope. You see, we come in and we fix the one thing that's stopping us from getting to the 10 of Cups. In America, we call it the American dream. The thing we want so bad. And every time we take a step forward, we never stop and enjoy that achieved goal, because we're always looking ahead, keeping up with the Joneses, always looking ahead. Who can I be like? Who do I need to be better than? Who am I jealous of? We've been charmed by capitalism and consumer. I mean, we've been charmed by things that don't matter. Caste systems, hierarchies. All of those things keep us from the 10 of Cups lifestyle, the peace on earth, heavenly realm. See, we think when we seek out those things that we're going to get the 10 of Cups, but we've been charmed. So the twin flames come in and help people get the 10th cup, the one they think they have. The feminine creates it, the masculine brings it. And he says, give me that rotten, tainted cup that doesn't belong here, that doesn't belong on this shelf of your balanced and wonderful emotions worthy of showing off. And I'm going to give you the right one. And then he gives that dirty cup he took from that person back to the feminine, and she does her magic, whatever her magic may be. And they keep going, cup for cup, changing the world. So what is the work they'll do? What is the work from? What is the work of the Twin Flame Collective? What is the work of the Twin Flame Collective? Look at this. To help people go within. To help people uncover the mysteries of life, so they can leave behind any emotional, any Anything that doesn't fit, and I keep seeing these as hate, okay? Anything that doesn't fit, it has to go. And we help people figure that out. That's a lot. That's deep. We show people loyalty. Oh, there's so, ooh. You want to know what the work you're supposed to do is? Look this up and find out what resonates for you. All of you. That's the quickening. Look at this. 9, 9, 18. Quickening. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. If we had one piece of intel, Father, what is the key intel? What is the key intel? What is the one thing that we need to know? One thing to tell us. One thing we have to remember. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa. Okay. Way too many. One, please. I get the message that we need to remember that our Creator has our back, and so do all of our twin flame brothers and sisters. We are all one. Okay, one card, please. What is the key piece of intel? Thank you. That the wisdom you hold will be your strength. That the pure wisdom, knowledge, understanding that you have will help you fight even the strongest predator. They say that the devil is a roaring lion seeking to kill, steal, destroy all your happiness and your joy, but that all he can do is roar, but he cannot bite you. That, remember I said we had a vantage point? That is our vantage point. Oh God, thank you, Lord. Oh man. 18, 1, 8, 18. Oh man, oh man. Okay. Okay. So, what is the purpose for reunion purposes of this separation, of ascension work we're doing while we're in separation? While we're in separation, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of ascension work we're doing? Wow. Wow. The reason why, and I don't just mean separation, meaning from the time that you met your twin flame to the time that you got into full union, but I'm talking about from the moment before you guys make things official and you're in union all the way back to birth. Why did you not get to just grow up around your twin flame and blah, blah? Why were you separated? And it was because of this. Remember the training that you had to do before? I'm sorry, remember what you're teaching people about? You had to learn about what to leave behind and how to overcome emotional issues, and you had to learn first before you taught the rest of the world. So the reason why, if you're in separation right now, the reason for it, 8 of Cups. Dealing with karmic emotions, learning how to walk away, how to change things, how to move forward, how to step into and live up to your potential. You had to learn all of that before you even came together, so that when you came together, you could help people. Look at this. It was about discipline, learning self-control. That's why you're in separation. If you don't have self-control and self-discipline, you're going to stay in separation. It's not a threat. It's just letting you know that's part of what you need to learn. Now, what ascension work will be done once we come into full union? So after we're in full union, what ascension work will be done throughout the time we're in union together to impact our full union program? And look at this. We end up with another king energy. Overcoming emotions. Overcoming turbulent emotions. Standing atop a concrete block in the middle of the ocean and feeling nothing. And yet feeling everything. Our work will be 10 of Wands in reverse, helping people release. That's what we will work on once we get into full union together. We worked on this separately, and we'll work on this together, helping people release their burdens by learning about burdens together. This 9 of Wands upright. It's about protection. It's about protection. What is all this? Alright, it's Christ. Alright, whatever. I'm done with this deck. Back here. So what is the primary training? More in the beginning of the training. What is it that we're supposed to be focusing on? Okay, so I'll take these two. The question is, when we are in training, so if there are different steps of growth in our union, when we're in training and we're learning and we're growing and honing our skills and all that, what is that first step? What is it that we need to train on? Page of Cups and the Empress. Nurturing emotions. So this is not about cutting them out. This is about nurturing love, planting seeds of love, taking offers of love, giving offers of love, cultivating love. That's when you're in training, that's what you're training for. It's about love. I need to move this, okay. So as we train, as the relationship begins, or even before we get into the relationship, honestly, as individuals, our training is focused on love. See, we get the 8 of Cups and the Page of Cups. That's how we get to the 9 of Cups. That's how we're going to achieve our objective. And remember, 3 to 9 is also a quickening. 3 times 3 is 9. But that's a multiple, that's a whole nother level of expansion. By the way, our training is also to build up the world around us. Our training is also learning about what the world has to offer us, okay, on a practical level. Now, we figured out we're supposed to be loving. How will we know that we really honed this skill? How will we know we've honed this skill? How will we know in our blueprint? We'll know we've honed our skills when we feel like a magician, when we literally feel like we have everything we need in front of us. That's a powerful message. And there's another one. We'll know we've honed our skills when we start to, you see this, the infinity symbol above her head as well as his head. When we start to remember who we were. You see, it's almost like she has on her cloak of purity, okay? Right? So we have that, but then we also have this cloak of power. This cloak of power, guys. I think there also will be a feeling of independence, strength, quick moving. There we go, adding it again. That's 9 again. Quick moving messages, downloads constantly, constant inspiration, motivation. So until you reach the point where you can't stop yourself from pursuing your dreams and your goals and all that, you're not ready for the fight yet. You're still a soldier in training. You're just at a higher level of training. It's like soldiers go to boot camp and they go and they just kind of, they're in boot camp, they get broken down, built back up, and then it's like, here's your job. So now I made you a general level soldier. But now based on your knowledge, your skill set, you know, all these different things, I'm going to now bump you up a level, and now you have to train for your job, whether you're going to be a sniper or whether you're going to be the person that repairs parachutes so that people don't die when they jump out of planes. Whatever your job is, nurse, whatever your job is in the camp, you have to hone in on that first. And that's until you are absolutely confident. A magician knows what not to mix so he doesn't have potions blow up in his face and stuff, or spells backfire. You can't go out and mess that up. So you'll know you're ready to move forward into the next step once you've kind of learned to cultivate love and love people in a very nurturing and more, again, feminine way, even for the masculines. This is the lovers, also making decisions in a loving way, just kind of exuding love in the way you exist. Then you move into power, and you have to hone those powers first. Before we start to win, what will our fight be? And what is the importance of this fight? Too many cards. I'll take this one. So, just to show you, look at this. These popped out, but I'm not going to take them. I'm going to put them back in the deck. Energy speaking. And then this is the actual card. The question is, before we actually start to see a win, so in that phase of our life where we're still thinking maybe we're crazy and we're not really twins or whatever, what's wrong? We are going to have a problem with facing the nonsense, putting too much attention on the spilled cups instead of the two that stand. Once the twins recognize their power together, they're unstoppable. But as long as they fight that, the offer of having the life they always dreamed of, they're not going to be able to enter that new cycle. Once they acknowledge, hey, there's 2 cups still standing behind us, everything else had to go. See, this is us in a low level vibration, fighting the training we've had, the 8 of cups. Okay? So the problem will be until, even this could be together, guys. I'm pretty sure this is around the time where we start to come together. The problem is focusing on the negative and not the positive. Turning our back on positive truths. things that we know to be true. Because what do we have here? We have a Knight and an Ace of Cups as our two, as we get split into two cups, and then look at what we have here. In the center, this is kind of the union line. Kind of, don't, but it is. Focusing on things outside of the union that we expect to make us feel good because they seem divine. But again, we're being charmed. So before we can go out and fight this mission and fight this battle, we have to fight our own small battles first. And they're not going to seem that small. And I'm sorry if there's a glare. Once we do that, we will exist in this. This is bliss. And I'm telling you, many of you will come into union this year. You are a part of this wave. You are a part of this wave. Oh, my hands. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. So, now we are. What is it that we're going to have to always be reviewing? We always have to go back to this. We always kind of assess this before we go on. So, when we get to this stage, we have two cards, one here, one here. These two cards represent what happens after we step out of an undivine flow. When we step into divine flow, it does not mean we won't face challenges. But winning is an iterative process. Iterative, some people say it weird, whatever you want to say it. It means it's a circular process. You have to go back sometimes. So one of the things that is going to be most prevalent for all twin flames is going back and examining what's missing in every single battle. This is a general yet so specific message because it's telling you no matter what you choose, and that's 5 and 5, no matter what you choose to do with these goals, because this could be any job, whatever you can do to achieve that. So whatever you end up doing as your real work in the real world, if you will, 3D stuff, you have to make sure that you always look and say, what were we missing last time? What could we have had that would have made this better? What was the one thing that, we left out or made us feel left out? You see, you're going to have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. You're going to be able to do that. There's an energy of, remember, self-discipline and self-control that you've gained. So you'll be able to do that. You're not going to become overwhelmed. You're not going to become overwhelmed when things are a little dicey. Because as long as you strive forward, you can always win. Always. Always. And look who's underneath. Look who's underneath. That's 10 of Pentacles. See, you use what you learned when you were fighting the battles and losing. You use your failures and you use your successes, the hard parts of the successes, and you put those two things together and then you win, 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 win. So, how do we know we're winning? How do we know we're winning? Too many cards. Please, just one. Please. Oh, thank you. One of them. We know we're winning because, boom, we are successful. We are happy. We are doing well. That's the Kabbalah. There's so much about this. You want to know how you win? Because you keep getting to a place. So what it is when you get to this spot, you don't have to go back here. Once you've achieved this, you don't have to go back. But you will go back and forth between this and this. But do you see the quickening? For every failure, your successes will be twice as big as you ever planned or expected. For every moment of lack, you will spend double the moments in joy and pleasure and happiness. Because this was ordained so that this could come. So, as I've explained before, we have these pathways. When we're in heaven, we're big. Wherever we come from, right, we're big. And as we start to come into this portal and enter the earth atmosphere, parallel, paradigm, realm, whatever, we move and we move and we move, and we reach this kind of 0 point. And 0 point to me is birth, okay? 0 point to me is birth. And so when we come out, we start to expand again. And the closest we will ever get to our previously expanded self from the old life, the old world, from our first estate, from our home, is the moment before we die. And then we die and we go back and we're home and we're us again. So as we expand, okay, we're able to achieve these goals as well. These are separate rows. They don't go together, but they do, okay? So let's look at this expansion. The first thing we start with, Father, what is a milestone? The first step is self, mastering self. What is a milestone? Master self. You want to know? You want to know how? So when you're in the smaller part, you're not here yet. You're not dying yet. You're only just beginning your real life. And for some, this expansion you might live like this for a really long time, and then start to expand. Okay. So the reason why is because the first thing you have to do is you have to finish this level. And it doesn't matter how long you spend on it. If you don't finish it, you're going to keep moving in that same smallness. The way that you know you're ready to go into union, when you can be pure and naked with love. I don't mean being in love. I mean an ego death. Pure, okay? And who do we have here but the Hierophant in the back? 5 and 6 is 11. That's the next step. So now I've reached a point where I'm pure in love. So who do we have here? Angel Raphael, Angel Raphael. Talk about a sync. Okay, so what about when we get into union? Whoa, that was super quick. Whoa, oh my God, bless it, bless it, bless it. Okay, you'll know that you're ready to, but this isn't that you're ready to get into union. Union is actually going to bring about a new belief system. Coming together with your masculine or feminine is going to bring about a new belief system in your life. You see? That's how you reach that 11, right? That bond with that person. And we have 11 here, and we have 11. That's, you guys. Anyways. And then we have 11. This is a portal. You want to know how you're ready to go from here to here to here, the next step? Because it's all a bunch of portals. So you walk through the portal of love. Now you have to walk through the portal of belief with your twin. Walking through a portal. See it? See the portal? Okay. What's the next? How will we know we're ready to move? Oh my gosh. Our allies. Now this card makes me think of our married friends, but that doesn't necessarily just have to be what that means. These are people who respect new enterprises in entrepreneurship, growth, development, who are kind in their paternal wisdom, who have taken the divine spark, the call to action, and said, I'll light the way. That's the kind of people. So after we come into ourselves and then we come into union, then we move into a place where we're saying, I'm ready to start to build a system, a network of allies, so that when I'm really ready to build my empire, my kingdom, and start to take things out to the world, I have the people with me that I need. So true union, you see we've got the union line, right? True union seems to actually be about, not really actually about us, but about unifying with our tribe. It's expansive love, okay? These are people who are going to help you with your infinite, your destiny. The people who are going to help you on your journey, on your way. So as you build allies, you'll know you're ready to go to the next step when you've built a really solid network of allies, okay? Of people who can help you move forward in any goal you have. The people who are down for your mission. Look who we have there, the Emperor. The masculine might be the one who helps cultivate those relationships. Maybe in the beginning, the feminine was the one who was kind of like, oh, I'll pick, but after he grew and came into his more loving nature, he was the one who was more able to be more jovial. I think of like an Aquarian energy. Okay. How will we know that we finished building our empire and you're ready to take on the world? How will we know? You want to know? Wow. You'll know that you're ready to take on the world when you have become the King of Cups. Together. The Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups, together you guys will stand firm. You'll be so strong. Oh, this is incredible because the syncs are just getting crazy. Okay? Oh, but it'll be love and logic, remember? So basically what you and your feminine, you and your masculine came here to do, you'll know that you're ready to take it to the world after you've built your empire. You'll have a little world. But remember, an empire only stretches so far. It's not a global, you're going global next. But while you're in your own little world, in your community, all of that, you're the King of Cups and the King of Swords. What's back here? You can handle anything. You can handle anything. Okay, we now again have 11-11. All right, so how do we know we're ready to take on the world? How do we know we're ready to take on the world? How do we know we're ready to go out, go forth and conquer? How do we know we're ready to take on the world? When we've mastered the devil within. When we have figured out who the devil is. Basically, we know our opposition is someone who is a charmer. This is like the Antichrist. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, it's like the person who romanticizes things that are not really good for the collective, but makes you think, oh, that sounds so charming, doesn't it? I want to move to Stepford. Is that, they're called the Stepford wives? I want to move to Stepford. I want to move to Pleasantville. And it's like, once you figure out who that devil is. And you know what? I have a feeling it's also once you, and look at that. Look at this crazy opposition we have. We've got the lovers on this side. We've got the devil on the other side. 1 + 5 is 6. So we've got 6, 6 on either side. But look at them chained versus bound. So we have to be, this is why we had to start this early. This is why this was our training early. Okay? This was what we needed to do to work on early as our individual self, so that when we went out for the world, we didn't get caught up in it. We came to free you. We came to take the chains off. You know that you could get somebody out of shackles with a sword? Did you know that? I've seen it happen in movies. I don't know if it's real. Look at that. Heartbreak. We came for the heartbreak, y'all. We came to pull the sword out of the stone. Come on. Come with me, y'all. Come with me on this journey, because this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Okay, I'm done with this deck. All right. What is the masculine's secondary role? His primary role, fighting the main opposition with enthusiasm. He's emotionally contemplative, but what is his secondary role? What is his secondary role? Oh, I'm not taking that. But I feel like it's important. Okay. His secondary role is the King of Wands. He's the visionary. His secondary role is the vision. That makes sense. He's the charmer. He can see it all. Oh, wouldn't that be beautiful and amazing? And yeah. I don't know what this is about. Five of Swords. I think he's also going to be the one that holds on. Once he gets into union, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be the one that holds union in his arms at all times. He's going to protect his feminine from a lot. But again, we end up with the Ace of Swords. What do we say when we know we've been able to speak up, challenge the devil himself? The masculine, he takes that on, no problem. No problem. Isn't it interesting? We have the Ace and the 10 here, and then we have the Devil and the 10 here. And the Ace with the Rider-Waite went with that. I mean, do you see? Again, Sync's just collecting. Okay. What is the feminine secondary role? What is the feminine secondary role? Oh, crap. King of Pentacles. With the 6, our origin, right? She's the one who keeps us in touch with who we are. Think Esther Hicks. Okay? Oh, man. Wow. She's the one who keeps things, remember, we got her with the Ace of Swords. She keeps things logical, disciplined. So the masculine says, oh yeah, what about this? All this looks really beautiful. And she says, we got to do this, this, this. I like your vision. Here's how we're going to achieve it. Got to be disciplined, you know? She does it with love and logic. She keeps us tied to the heavens, just like we know the feminine is the one to always look up. See, we're not this feminine. We're not looking at our masculine like, your tail is on fire, you idiot. That's not us. We look to heaven and we say, how can I help my masculine? How can I love him more? Okay. Actually, yes. Okay, so before this collective comes into union, what are the masculines working on? So this is about the work that they'll do to ascend throughout their lifetime. What will he do from basically the moment before, if you guys got together on January 1st, 2020, then from January 1st, 2020, before that, to your date of birth, what was your masculine working on? What was his ascension work pre-reunion, pre-union? Too many cards. Can I please just have 2? There's 1. Six of Wands. Learning how to move forward. But this is in reverse. So learning how to move forward in spite of the fact that there's no victory parade. Learning to move forward in spite of the fact that he doesn't get recognized. Learning to move forward in spite of the fact that he's not appreciated. That he doesn't have passion. That he doesn't have excitement. Learning to move forward. Learning to be motivated in spite of everything. letting go of the pride and the entitlement, living in a masculine, patriarchal world, learning to let go. And look, learning to embrace. The ego death was all about his feminine, because that's her card. Okay, that's who she is. All right. What else? What was he doing before union? Wow. Look at this. It was all about union. The masculine's work before coming into union, as a collective whole, is about coming into union. It's about the plans. It's about the need for the masculines to, in their logical way, to be very firm and, you know, just like, yeah, I'm doing that, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm going for it, and that is what it is, and that's it. It's like, no, 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 no. Just because you went and climbed a high mountain and made a plan doesn't make it right. A hard lesson. And this was together, this would be the 9 of Wands in reverse. He was learning how to protect himself without being, look at this, Page of Cups, okay? Learning to protect himself without being hateful. Learning to protect himself in a more nurturing way without everything being reactionary rage, anger, frustration. What was the feminine working on? Before union, from birth to the day before she came into union, what was she working towards? What ascension work was being done in her life? Too many. Can I please have 2? I like those. Okay. We've got 8 of Swords upright. Trapping herself. Putting herself in situations she shouldn't be in the first place. Driving herself directly into conflict and then just sitting there and not walking away. Not knowing her own strength. Look at that. She had to get the vantage point. So she had to go through that though. Remember, we have this vantage point. This is how we help people. The feminine going through this and living in a life of illusions and drama and unnecessary BS is going to help her help other people. Okay? It was necessary. Look at that. What did I just say? Help other people. Oh, y'all, these sinks are freaking, ugh. It was like this in my reading too, so I'm not so surprised now. It's like not as bad, but, and even here you see we have a lot of 8s right there. So the feminine, and this, I feel like this is about her karma. Realizing that karma comes back. What else? What else was the feminine working on before they got into union? Wow, so it ended up coming out anyways. Queen of Pentacles. Working on grounding herself. Being that queen, motherly role, but not like, and forgive me because I'm Jewish, so I'm saying this totally in the most loving way ever, but not like a Jewish mother who, you know, people like to say, what are you, a Jewish mother? Like, you know, you're doing certain things kind of in an overwhelming, overbearing way. And there's a whole history of why I think that that is kind of a reality for some people. But instead, doing it in a way like that mother that's just like the earth angel. Okay? That mother who doesn't live and operate in fear. Okay? Interesting. I mean, that and look at this, right directly over the Queen of, or right over the 10 of Pentacles. Right directly over it. All right, and hers is the 4 of Swords. So just learning how to rest, not to be such a busybody. And this is 13 together. So that's just not being so imbalanced. Finding her balance in everything she does. All right. Now, what was the masculine's, once he gets into union, for the rest of his life, what will his core ascension work be? So it's something to do with this. So what is it? What will his core ascension work be once he gets into union? 2 cards, please. Yeah, I gotta take these. I think these go together. All right. The masculine will be working on maturity, but also I think keeping a playful, not immaturity, but a playful childlike, like lovingness to who he is, while also being mature. It's the dad who can play with his child and discipline him and make the child feel nothing but love the whole time. All right? So, how is he maturing? In his work. Remember, he's doing a great work in union. He's going to be helping the feminine along, because this is something he has to do directly. Learning how to either not be a workaholic, learning how maybe he might have 10 different businesses that he has to work on, 10 different lanes that he's in, and learning to balance all those things out. This is the number 13 we just talked about on her side for imbalance. This is the Ace and the Three of Pentacles, though. This is about partnership. So again, I have a very strong I've said this a billion times. I feel it in I don't even know what's deeper than my soul. But in everything that I am, I feel that twin flames are supposed to work together, which is why I don't believe that any person is a twin flame and they're not going to come into union in their lifetime. I don't believe that. I do believe that all twin flames were sent here to be together in the time that they were supposed to be together, to do a great work together. This is a new financial beginning for him, a balance in his financial area, his career, everything. But he will constantly face the need for balance in that area, okay? What about the feminine? Once she gets into union, what is she working on? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So we get the Eight of Cups again. So the feminine will still be working on this. She might even be kind of learning new ways, because this is in reverse. Yep, that's in reverse. She might be learning new ways to help people release things. She might be an innovator, the innovator of the relationship. Again, she did get the logic. But she got the Three of Pentacles. So something to do with partnership. Also feeling like a rookie. I think this goes here. No, that's 11. I'll leave that. Knowing her worth, knowing her value, knowing how important and special she really is to the partnership. What else? Learning how powerful of a partner she is, really. What else? What ascension work will be working on after she comes into union? Too many. I'm going to take that one. Whoa, guys. Wow, look at that beautiful message. I think just we need to have a quick little message about this right here, this Ace and this 3, the masculine finding balance. The way that we know this will never be a problem for him. Look at that. Look at that. That's the feminine secondary role. That's her primary role. That's the Page of Cups we have down here. He learned a long time ago how to love. He knows what the most important thing is, the 10 of Cups, because of the work that they're doing. So it's an easy choice. 7 of Cups in reverse. There's no confusion about it. He will always choose his feminine. When it comes down to the way he feels, when he's overwhelmed, anything to do with work, whatever, he will always choose his feminine. And look at her. What are the odds that he will choose her and then she will choose him, but she'll choose to back him up? Because he's got the King of Wands. She's the Queen of Wands. So somehow we've got 11-11 on the feminine side here. This must be an indicator that she will be the awakened twin first. The Queen of Wands holds the divine spark. Remember I said she'd be an innovator? Yeah, there's something about this. Something about that. Queen of Wands. She also will have to work, though, I think, on remaining vibrant, bright, positive no matter what she goes through, no matter what happens in the partnership. And you see together we have these syncs here. There's the 3s, and then he's got the 10, she's got the Queen of Wands. That's 11 there. These two are 11. All right. So what are the masculine's strengths? He went through skills training to learn how to defend himself, to learn what his weapons would be. He knows all this stuff now, right? So if he knows all this stuff now, then what are those skills? What are the things he's confident in? But really they were innate things that were put in him, desires that were put in him that led him to this greatness. What were his skills, his strengths? Take that one. 2 more, please. Come on. Too many. Take that. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. What else? What are the masculine's strengths? All right. So, the masculine, he can see ahead. Remember, he's got the vision. He's the King of Wands. He can see ahead. He's logical enough to look ahead and to know when there's something ahead or not. When there's a fight, when there's a battle, he knows. He can see over. He's like a really tall guy at a concert. He can see what's going on. He also knows how to be powerful, how to cultivate, but also how to be alone. It's like he can pretty much be by himself or with somebody and make something happen. I think he's also, a strength is being content, finding a way to find contentment. And another strength is positive handling of challenging circumstances. But beyond that, he handles his ego deaths like a boss. Maybe not at first, but once that training is over, anything that happens to serve to humble him, no problem. I got this. The masculine, his strength, his ultimate strength is he will work at anything. He is willing to work. He's a hard worker. Wow. And he'll protect others before he'll protect himself. That's unconditional love. He doesn't even know he has it. Now, what's the feminine's strengths? Same thing has happened on her side, on her life. What are her strengths? Her natural skills that she's honed over the years, some without even knowing it. What is she good at? Too many? 3 cards, please. Too many. Please. No. Two. Take this one. So the feminine, it's like being the older sibling. The feminine is kind of naturally forced into a leadership position in many ways, and so she is very mature. Again, she may not be ready in the moment, but as she grows and really hones that skill, she's very, very strong in that. She's very, very protective. Extremely protective. She is that fierce mama lion. She's not going to let anything go past her. You see a lot of fire here too. See, the masculine's a little more balanced in his strengths. Feminine is very fiery. And then look at that. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. She's practical. She can create new businesses. This is the proverbial woman. So these are their strengths. Now I'm going to use the masculine deck for the feminine's weaknesses and the feminine deck for the masculine's weaknesses. Why? Because like a yin and yang symbol, which I'll show you up here we have as well, the masculine's strengths will help the feminine with her weaknesses. So we use his deck to show how he complements her. So let's start here. What are the masculine's weaknesses? What is it that the feminine was created, you know, on that opposing side to help him with? And what are the things he needs to be on the lookout for, or to try not to let trip him up? 3 cards, please. 1. 3 cards. 2 cards, please. All right. Look at that. Interesting. This is a very important weakness because it is also his strength. This in reverse is not standing your ground. So here he can see it coming. He has the vantage point, but here he will run away. He will run away. He will not stick around. Then you've got these two came out together. I like to keep them together. And look again at his sinks. Look again at his sinks. Okay, we got another repeating card. This is a completely different deck, people. That's why there's 2. His weakness is the fact that he don't like going through. That's why I came with this. He's emotionally too connected to his conflicts. And so once he's through them, like once the dark night of soul is over, he's sunshine. But in the middle of it, he is a sour puss. No bueno. And individually, with this here, because he's the Knight of Cups, he's sometimes one step below where he needs to be as a King of Cups. So he needs to handle his emotional issues a little bit better. Again, though, we have kind of a balance in his weaknesses as well. And look what he ends up here, though. 10 of Cups. Ultimately, his weaknesses are what keeps him in union, because it's the thing that keeps him. Oh, look at that. She gets to be there for him. It's important for him. He doesn't even know it, but it is. It's really important for him. I'm done with this deck. What are the masculine's strengths that really are the feminine's weaknesses? Where can the masculine help the feminine and complement her? Okay, 3 of Cups. So she doesn't embrace her feminine very well. She spent so much time in this masculine society that she doesn't embrace it very well. But remember, he's a protector. He's going to teach her how. 4 of Pentacles. She's too cautious, too frivolous. She's too extreme. She's not practical. One more card. Too many, but look how pretty they are. 1 card, please. Thank you. Wow. Very red. A lot of root base issues. She needs to ground herself, man. Remember, that's her issue. That's what she works on before union. She has to ground herself. She's really confused. She's always back and forth on decisions. Always feeling like she's never enough, never good enough, never in training. Or always in training, but never, you know, always a bridesmaid, never a bride, okay? Look at her energy. Even her weaknesses. Same thing. He had 10 cups, she has 4. Look at this final energy for the masculine and feminine decks. Look at this. We got the 10 and the Ace, and then what's back here? The 4 and the King of Swords. Do we have him anywhere? No. But that's okay, because she's going to need that over here. Because he's got these 10 swords. Look at this. 10, 10, 10, 10. 9, 9. King, King. Cup, Cup. I mean, you guys, it's 9, 9. Sinks are everywhere. There's 7, there's 7. It's everywhere. It's everywhere you look. 6, 6. Well, sorry. Raphael. 5, 10, 5, 5. 11, 11, 11. Look at that. You guys, I'm freaking out. Okay. We're almost finished, but I want to find out the actual blessing. So the general energetic blessing, you will come together where there was once division. It's not divided anymore. Okay? So I'm going to shuffle these 3 times. Again, I've already done that, but I'm going to shuffle them 3 times. And I'm going to take the top card. All right, so the blessing over this twin flame union, wow. A blessing for healing or injury of illness. This is if I was playing a video game, look at that, doesn't that look like she's got a virtual reality mask or something? If I was playing a video game and someone said, do you want unlimited ammo or unlimited healing? I hear all the gamers, healing, what? Then, I mean, I could always find bullets, but if I die, I die. It's like, but did you die though? No, you didn't. There is a blessing for healing over injury or illness. And injury can be emotions, feelings. It doesn't just have to be physical. That's a beautiful blessing. Behind there, ooh, a blessing of fire. Purified twin flame. Holy cow, the blessing of fire over the twin flame. Oh, that's crazy. Oh man. Okie dokie. Let me see how long this one is. Actually, I just have to read it. It's just a part of these readings. This has to be. All right. A blessing for healing of injury or illness. A blessing to bring a blessing to bring to you all that will restore and revive you in your time of need. Come on, guys. What more can you ask for? So, may the bloom of health blossom upon your pale cheek, and may the strength of the great old trees and beings begin to flow again through your veins. May the cells in your body begin to regenerate and turn over again and again until all that was not well is no longer resident within the holy form your spirit has taken this lifetime. Oh, Jesus. May the urge to stand again, to laugh and dance, to move and smile into the eyes of strangers be yours, and let the healing come within the breath, so that within every intake, something of the great green world and the depth of the ocean frees you from ennui and lassitude. May you begin to rise from your bed, refreshed and hopeful, and may the muscles of your body grow firm and long with good use. Let your hair shine, your eyes sparkle, and the strong white bones in your body support your movements. May the nurturing time within the cave of healing have brought to you compassion for those who suffer, a deeper understanding of what it is like to be the outsider for a time, and a new appreciation of the perfection of form you have been born into. And if you are not the same as you were before the time of illness, let that part of yourself go and focus now on the new being you are becoming, and bring this to birth through the support of your body. Allow any habits of thought or of body that will not support the return of blessed health leave now, for they are not yours, and you are here to be seen and to be a part of the world. Let yourself make the very most of the blessing of your health. Be outside amongst the natural world. Breathe deep of mountain air and sing the song of your shining blood out into the valleys and the meadows. You are as natural as the flower, as strong as the metal beneath the earth, and you will be reborn to yourself. When it comes, be joyful and know this blessing can be worked with and enjoyed for all the days of your life to come. Be well, dear soul, and help others to find their health too by being an example of that shining energy now and always. Blessed be. What a blessing. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for that blessing over the Twin Flame Collective. Now, I'll do the same with the law of attraction. What is the one law, the one most important thing that we as Twin Flames can hold with us? 11. My creative workshop process works for me. This is what we must remember. And look, we still end up with what we had. I can turn a downward spiral upside down. Okay, so it says, if you will use your time with an intention to collect data that you may bring into your creative workshop, you will find every day to be one of fun. If you will use your time with an intention to collect data that you may bring into your creative workshop, you will find every day to be one of fun. Meditate on that. We've been getting a call to be creative. I even said we would be innovators. Every situation you are in should not be looked at as something negative happening. It should be looked at as it's a point for me to collect data, for me to learn something, so that I can go back into my workshop and innovate and help the people. The back energy says, now that I understand the rules of this game of eternal life, now that I understand the law of attraction and deliberate creation, I can pre-pave, segment by segment, my life experience into becoming the allower I was born to be, for I was destined to live a life of fulfillment and never-ending joy. When you are feeling frightened and scared and weary, you will rise on wings of eagles because of your emotional strength. You will not grow weary in this journey. You will not grow weary in the battle, in fighting. You will drink from the Holy Grail. In the moments where you feel like you are down and out, you have a blessing for healing. Okay? In the moments of terror, fear, and mystery, you will find love. Love will be your guide. And you can know this because you spent the first parts of your life learning about love. Learning to be love. So have no fear. In the stubborn parts of life, the parts where you are overworked, dealing with situations that just won't give, you can be confident in your strength, in your eternal wisdom. You can know that without a shadow of a doubt, you will win. You will win because you have been given everything you need. And you will remember that you came here to help people release their illusions, so you don't feel overwhelmed. Your guardian angel and the people who you can trust, you'll know them. Number 9. You'll know them because you'll feel the universal love. You'll feel your soul calling. You'll feel awakened. You'll know they're a light worker, a fellow. I don't know. You'll know they're a twin. You'll know they're an angel. You'll know them from home. You'll remember. So funny because here we have 8 and 9, and here we have cups and love. Wow. And just to give you a final understanding of this, this is who you are as one in heaven. This is who you are as one in heaven. You are the Six of Pentacles, the giver. You're about balance, kindness. This is your whole yin and yang symbol, all one circle together. Then you split it. See the feminine on the masculine side? The masculine's big part of his yin and yang, Knight of Cups. The small part, okay, the part that is a little bit more led by his feminine nature, King of Wands. The feminine's yin and yang, her larger portion is comprised of Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, authority. Her masculine side is all about control, discipline. Okay, her smaller part of her yin in her yang, whatever you call it. The mission is to help people wake up. You're fighting against an antichrist type spirit that charms people into thinking, oh, this is what love is, or this is what good is, or whatever, but it's not. You help people realize their potential and find their goals and their dreams and their aspirations and their desires, the things that were put into them to help them manifest their greatest life and make a difference on the earth. You help them go within and figure that out. And you remember that you will never be at a point where you don't have the strength to handle what you're having to deal with. Your masculine had to work on things that allowed him to move forward, fiery energy, so that when he got to this place where it was time to work in that fire, he wasn't too hot. Okay? But he's a hard worker, and he's willing to get out there and get it done. You were learning to release illusions, to ground yourself in truth, so that you could be an innovator and go out and create grand ideas. But these ideas are often going to be led by your masculine's visions, that you kind of have to help him focus. You're going to start off training in the areas of nurturing and love and being kind. Move into your power, hone your skills as a whatever worker you're supposed to be. And you're going to struggle in the middle when you realize that there's a lot of bad stuff that still happens in spite of. But when you turn around and you face what stands, you realize that you have exactly what you need. And you move into a place where lack is a good thing because it shows you where you belong. You don't look at lack and say, oh, I got to get away from that. You say, how can I make that better? You're the person who goes into a dying community, rebuilds it, creates jobs, and then leaves and goes to another dying community. You don't sit in the one you've built and say, I'm the king of this place now. But you go from place to place to place. You work together. You work together to help people turn away from those things that are wrong and turn to the right, to the light. You'll know that you're ready to move past this small place of self-expansion when you have the depth of wisdom and knowledge and understanding of how healing love really is. You'll know you're ready to move beyond just being in union when you believe different, when you change your mind. You'll know that you're ready to move in, past this place of, I found my soul tribe and I'm ready to build my empire now, when you have the vision. You have to get the vision before you can build. And then as you're building, you have to stand firm in your knowing. In your knowing that what you're doing is right and true and good. You don't allow emotions to overwhelm you anymore because you've been through that training. And then you move out into the world and you attack the devil himself. You attack fear head on. You attack anything that isn't of God, of home, of pure love. It's out of there. And you attack it with love. It don't even know how to handle you. Every strength and weakness that you have, you're meant to have. And you don't have to worry because there's a blessing of healing over any injury or illness, which does not just apply to the physical body, but also to the spirit and the mental. And you know that as you go out and live your life, everything you see, everything you experience is just divine trying to show you that's what you need to be looking at. Write that down. Take notes. Figure out what needs to be fixed instead of complaining about something being broken. You guys, I gotta go. I'm overwhelmed and exhausted. But I am so high right now because this was incredibly beautiful. This has been a general twin flame contract read. This is for all twin flames from the beginning to the end. If you want to know what your mission is, you got it right here. You want to know why you're a twin flame? This is what you were created to do. Find where you fit. And know that I'm offering to do these, but these are not going to be me saying you and your divine masculine or your divine feminine. I'm not looking at a person when I channel. I'm looking for the document. I'm looking for the record. I channel a piece of scroll, a heavenly scroll, papyrus, okay? I look at that document and I lay it out. So I don't need any information. I don't even need to know your name. I just need to know your energy. I channel, and look at this. Does this not make so much freaking sense? Thank you, God, for making me a twin flame. Thank you, God, for making me this beautiful being of light sent here to change the world. Thank you, God, for blessing me. That while you send me out on this mission, you don't leave me alone. That you love me so much that you send me with infinite healing. That you send me with infinite creativity. And that you send me with the purest of all. You send me with love. Thank you for the great work I will do. Thank you for the great work we will do. Thank you, God. You guys, check out the site if you want a contract reading. There's 3 different tiers. I wanted to do this, and as you can see, it takes a 90-minute time frame to get through. If you purchase a smaller reading, you're only going to get about this much for the 20-minute reading, because that's all I'm going to be able to get through. If you purchase a 60-minute, I will guarantee you I will get your spread down, but I can't promise an analysis. This takes 90 minutes because it's deep. It's real, but it's worth it. If you're interested, get one. If not, learn what you can from this. Take what resonates. You are powerful enough. You don't need anyone to read for you. You guys, I love you so much. And if you need things, you need things, but you don't need cleansing smokes and, holy waters. You don't need anything. You are a powerful, energetic being. You have everything you need right in front of you. Take charge. Oh my God, I have to go. I love you.